He's a comedian and satirist who's as sharp as the cheddar he judges at the World Cheese Awards. This modern man is contemplating what men are for in his Vitruvian Mango tour, which after 2 sellout runs is back for more. So what are men for? Only one person can answer that door knock. It's Marcus Brigstocke.
Oh, right, Gina. Very nice.
That's an introduction.
That?
Yeah, can you come on tour with me, please?
So there's the menopause and there's the what men are for's, I suppose.
Exactly.
The menopause.
Exactly.
Marcus, good to see you, man.
Good to see you too.
Summer was good.
Such a good summer.
All
Camping with a 4-year-old.
Tell us about the new family spokesperson and what he said, what he declared.
He's so fun. So amongst other things, we were lying in the tent on the first night camping, and out of the darkness we just heard, "Now that's what I call a family." I was like, come on. And then on the last night, he said, out of the darkness, we heard, "I have got 2 holes in my body." And I was like, okay. And in the morning we examined and he'd found his armpits, bless him.
Oh, excellent.
Thank goodness,
All
right?
The holes are available.
Yes.
Isn't it funny when you kids, because we've got Walt. Walt's 6. He's twinned with Boo. Boo is cool. She's like a mum. She's like a super. She's like Lara Croft. She's cool. We got Eli, who's 13. We got Noah, who's 16. We got Jade, who's 37. We got grandkids. We've got it all going on. But Walt, he's 6.
Yeah.
And not dissimilar to your son. He says things that we know we haven't said, but are so sort of wise and sort of...
It's golden, isn't it?
Where's it coming from?
It's amazing. And for me, when Billy manages a fully formed joke, I'm like just over the moon, with Rachel being a comedian as well. So I said to Billy a few months ago, "What do you want for your tea?" He said, "Sausages." I said, "You can't have sausages. You had sausages for lunch." And he said, "Can I have lunch?" I was like, come on, that's perfect. So, yeah.
Walt said the other day, he said, "Dad, take what you can, Dad, take what you can."
Nice.
Like that.
Yeah.
Dad, take what you can, Dad, take what you can.
So nice.
Where's this coming from?
Because Billy's got a playlist that we had on our camping trip, and I must have said it at some stage, but then through the whole holiday he just kept going, "What comes, comes." Like, okay, man. That's the wisdom we need.
It's great, isn't it?
He knows how to be a man.
And they're always listening, aren't they?
Yes.
It's like, they're like Cereal, whatever her name is, I can't remember. Right, so Vitruvian Mango kicked off in February of this year and has been extended into the autumn following 2 sellout runs. You might even remember it.
Yes, well...
So how's that now?
I've got my first gig back tonight, a small gig down in Portsmouth, just to get my eye in after the summer break, and then the tour starts up properly next week in Holmfirth and Bath. So yeah, it's a 95-minute show, so at 52 years old, trying to remember that is...
Yeah, it's like Mo Salah's first kick of the football, isn't it? After, in August or something.
First one's pinging off the side. Yeah.
All right. Which bit are you most worried about?
The middle of first half and middle of second half. I know how it all begins. Right. I know how the first half ends. I know the beginning of the second half and end of the show. It's that middle bit. It's the middle bit. And all the jokes I remember, that's easy because the jokes I love.
Are there jokes?
So many jokes.
Okay.
So many jokes. Like bits. You know, they're bits, I was going to say.
Some comedians don't tell jokes, they do bits that are funny. So you're a bit...
Yeah, mine is more bits, but I know where all the laughs are going to fall. And those I remember easily. It's the transitions. It's moving, because you want an audience to feel really comfortable where you go, "Come with me this direction. Okay, now we're going over here." It's those bits.
So I was thinking about you at 1:55 a.m. this morning.
Oh, thanks, man.
Yeah. Because I got up for a comfort break.
Yes.
And I used to get up loads more than I do now. And I don't know why I don't anymore. I just don't anymore. All right, let's have that discussion.
Same. What's happened?
I don't know.
I was worried when I was getting up a lot, because I was up to 3 and occasionally 4 visits in the night. And then I actually went to get the prostate exam, and my GP said, because I was only 45 or something, he went, "You're keen." And I was like, of all the things you want to hear when you've gone for a prostate exam, I didn't really think "you're keen" was perfect. But then it stopped, and often now I don't go at all during the night.
Anxiety.
Do you think it is?
I think it is. I'm just less anxious this side of summer, and I've gone down to 1 or 2. I was like 8 or 9.
No.
Yeah, it was less than an hour.
That is too many.
I know, and it was. I was having to meditate in the day purely because I wasn't getting enough rest at night, and it all worked. Yeah. But now I'm just less anxious this side of summer, and it was like, anyway. The point.
Do you think you'll be more anxious as the year presses on?
I don't think so. I think certain things have happened in my life, and it's just you just got to keep doing the work, haven't you?
I think that's exactly it. And the thing that's made the biggest difference to me, well, 2 things actually. One is just be present. Just be in the thing you're in. And the phones have made that almost impossible. I've got a big chunk in the show because I've got an adult son who's 22, about to be 23. So he was Gen 1 of being given a smartphone. And we're like, there you go. There's all the chaos in the world. And you're 11. So best of luck with that. And the good news is you have that and we get to order a starter. Hooray.
I know,
right?
It's crazy, isn't
But the chaos we unleashed on them is just, it's mayhem. So I've tried really hard to just put my phone away and just be in the moment. But the other thing, and I focus a lot on this at the end of the show, because I've tried to avoid going like, this is how you be a man or this is how not to, is male friendship. That's the thing. Male friendship in the same place, not over the phone. So I go for a walk with my best mate at least once a week, often 3 times. We walk little Billy into school together, and just sharing a space together is magic. And I get 2 guys at the end of the show, 2 members of the audience who've arrived together to say something lovely about each other. I just say, just tell me something you like, love, or admire about your friend. And it always starts the same. They're all like, I don't know, he's a bit of an idiot, but I like him. And then you give him a bit of space. And honestly, a few times I've welled up.
Of course you have.
This guy said, okay, well, honestly, every time I feel like I don't know how to be a dad, I think about you and what you would do, because you're the most amazing father to your 2 daughters. And then I'm like, oh, I've gone. And then I have to be funny again. So, but it's beautiful. I love that. I really love it.
Vitruvian Mango, offthecurve.com /on-tour is what we're talking about. Marcus, 1:55 a.m. this morning, right? I allow myself one thought to get back to sleep. Because I'm rubbish at staying asleep. I'm getting better, but I'm really good at going back to sleep. So I don't have any problem going to sleep at all. It's just staying asleep. But then I don't panic, because then I can get back to sleep. And I also fall asleep really quickly when I go to bed. And I was thinking about you today, because I was listening to Ben Stiller talking yesterday, and then I was Ethan Hawke and Kevin Bacon. I was on one of those kind of jams. Talking about stand-up. Steve Buscemi started as a stand-up. I didn't know that.
Yeah, so many.
Yeah, and it's funny, isn't it? Because lots of Adam Sandler, whatever.
Yeah.
And they go on to be great actors. But the thing about being a stand-up is that you have to be able to write and perform.
Yeah.
And I just wondered, some people would be better at writing and can perform, but the writing is so good, the package works.
Yeah.
Some people may be weaker writers, but brilliant at performing, so the package works.
Yeah.
And some people are equally brilliant at both, And by the way, the names are there, your Peter Kays and this and the others.
Yeah.
How would you categorise your sort of Lennon and McCartney-ness?
I had to learn to write.
Right.
I had to learn how to do it. So the only reason I became a stand-up was because it means I can say when I'm performing. Right. I don't have to wait to be cast in anything. I love being cast in things. I've done all sorts of fun, movies, musicals, plays, all that bit. But you have to wait for someone else. When I want to go on stage, I write a new stand-up show and I go and do it. So I learned to do it. And the first full tour show was kind of easy, because it was, whatever it was, 6 years worth of gigging, just touring all around the country. I had everything. I was like, bang, 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 bang. Second show, I was like, oh no, I have nothing.
Shoot.
That's when I started learning how to be a writer. And I was lucky, I was surrounded by really funny people. Bill Bailey asked me to support him on tour when I was brand new. Yeah. And I went. Every night I stayed in the room to watch Bill's entire show for a whole tour, because I could never get enough of seeing someone who was so good at what he does. And by the way, still is. Bill can do 2 hours clean. He doesn't, not a single swear word, and every moment of it is breathtakingly funny.
So what did you learn from him? Give us your top 3 takeaways.
Well, he told me, actually, he said, stop swearing. He said, you've come from the clubs, that's what happens, but now you're in a theatre, it bounces off the walls. So there's that. There's actually a lot about just being present in the moment. Obviously Bill's concentrating because he's playing music as well as everything else, but just be present, be completely alert to what might happen, and then the show might change direction.
And also the audience knows.
The audience knows, exactly. And be willing to look foolish. You've got to be willing to look foolish. The stand-up's this weird combination of the lowest status person in the room, on the floor, right, making a fool of themselves, and the highest status person in the room, because you're standing there demanding that everybody listens to you. And I love that. As
And
long as you remember to be an idiot.
And you have a considered thought as well. So the other thing I was thinking was, and for the first time, because I read quite a lot about you yesterday, which I've never really done before, because it's been more of a chat, but I was just more fascinated by things now. And when people come on the show now, it's like, come on, let's give them a good interview, you know, which I've tried to do in the past, but it's different. Man. It's different. And I was thinking about magicians and comedians. So a magician asks you to suspend disbelief and then says, and then does something in front of you, an illusion, which is a trick, but we call it magic, which is great. And it's from their perspective, because they know what's going on and they know how to make the sausage, and they just say, don't you worry about how the sausage is made, just enjoy the sausage, right? Yeah. And it's the same with comedians, isn't it? It's the same thing. It's an illusion of thought or a different perspective. Do you know what I'm saying?
I do. I mean, there's the sort of basic trick, which is every time you go out to perform, you should make it feel for the audience like this is the first time you're saying the first and only, this is special, this exists in this room. And that's a skill, I guess, and it's a bit of an illusion. But then the other thing is, when a thought occurs to you in the moment, that is magic. It is. I had no idea. Sometimes an entire joke will just fall out of me during a show that I had no idea was going to happen, and there it is. And it's why, I mean, I'm so lucky to do what I do, because I still love comedy. When I'm lucky enough to gig with mates of mine, I'm doing a charity gig with Dara O'Brien next week, and I'm really excited because he's amazing, right? And my wife Rachel's also amazing. Never get to gig with her, so that's lovely. But when you see someone think of something that just didn't exist, Ross Noble, right? He for me is the king of this, right? Ross, I used to live with Ross in Edinburgh for years and years, and I'd go and see his shows, and night after night he would spin stuff out of the air, and it existed in that moment, and then it was gone forever. Which is, you know, that's golden.
That's it's stream of consciousness times 1,000, isn't it, with Ross?
Yeah.
And does he get more tired after gigs because he allows that to happen? Because I imagine that's very tiring.
Yeah, I guess he does.
Not in a bad way, just in a great way.
But on the other hand, you're so filled with the adrenaline of what the show has done for you. I mean, on a more serious note, that's also a thing I've learned. It's taken me 30 years to do it, but this is the wellest I've been halfway through a tour.
Really?
Yeah, because I've learned what to do during the day, right? I have 2 hours of people going, "You're brilliant, we love you, more of you," followed by 22 hours of the only thing I say to someone else is "table for one, thanks." Right? Yeah. So it's bad for you. You can see it's bad for you, but I've learned what to do. It's simple. Go for long walks, swim. If there's sea, river or lake, I'm in it. Go and see stuff. And instead of being embarrassed about the idea that you might be an imposition on a friend who happens to live near where you're gigging, I ring them up. I go, I'm coming, and I'd like to see you. I will be lonely. Just be honest about it, right? I'll be on my own for 4 days, so it'd be nice to see you.
And is it lonely or is it waiting? Because I think that many people's problems are to do with waiting, because you're waiting for your gig, you're waiting for the car, you're waiting for the 5-minute call. We should never wait ever. No,
well, we've got bad at that too, because our phones, there's no practice anymore at just being still. I mean, that awful thing, if you're watching a movie, pause it because Rachel's gone for a pee, right, of going, my phone's in my hand. Before I haven't chosen that. That's just happened. Yeah. And so we've gone, right, okay, phone's in the other room, and just to put them away, just to try and do that thing, and then just sit there and see what happens.
Yeah, they said that somebody says that the human species present insanity is to do with humans' inability to sit quietly with themselves in a room.
Absolutely.
And there's nothing to fear. You just got to get used to it.
Because discomfort's okay. Like, anyone who goes in search of discomfort, there's something wrong with them, right? But being able to just be uncomfortable and go, this is uncomfortable.
Yeah, feels
We're
good.
uncomfortable loads of the time, right? Yeah. If I exercise, I don't like exercise. I'm uncomfortable while I'm doing it, but I understand what it's for, so I accept it. But the more passive discomfort, that's a little harder. Yeah. Like getting into cold water, right? I like that. I like getting into the sea. Yeah, it's good, man.
Oh, gosh. Got to talk about cheese while you're here. So are you a master of cheese?
Well, look, entry level.
You have a qualification, though,
I have
don't you?
a qualification. Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
and just
yeah.
give
It's
it-
enough for me to judge at the World Cheese Awards and legitimately host events. So I have a.
What does that mean, legitimately?
Well, the
How
thing
can you
is-
unlegitimately or illegitimately
Well, you
host
could just
a
show
cheese?
up and go, look, I like cheese, so do you. Let's have a cheddar, right?
Yeah.
But we did the first thing. This mate and I, we've launched a thing called Stiff Milk, which is it's cheese events. And so instead of pairing cheese just with wine, which is the normal thing,
Stiff milk.
we paired it with music. So we did wine pairings and other tastes, but we also had songs written about each of the cheeses we introduced.
Comedy songs?
Yeah.
All right, so a
Yeah.
Bill Bailey-esque kind of thing.
Yeah, it was great. It was
So
a
it
whole...
wasn't matching classics with cheeses?
No. These were bespoke songs that we'd had written for each of the cheeses, which mostly our guests at the thing had never had before. These were new cheeses to them.
right.
So yeah.
I love cheese. I heart cheese. I heart
So
cheese.
good.
Okay, one more cheese before you die. What would it be?
In the end, it's Stilton.
Stilton.
It is Stilton. That is an absolute classic. I mean, we had the unpasteurised version the other night, Stitchelton, which is like the OG Stilton. Right. That is wild.
And what's the accompaniment? Is it bread? Is it a cracker? Is it celery? What is it?
For me, it's on its own.
It's just on its own.
I like it on its own, and I do this thing like mindful cheese tasting, right? So cheese tastes nice.
I'm so hungry now.
I know everybody's.
There's three
nom,
great
nom.
cheese stalls in Borough Market. Then they are
So
mega
many.
cheese stalls.
But yeah, if you eat a good piece of cheese, right? It doesn't have to be a blue or anything fancy like that. See what happens. Put it on your palate. See what happens when the fats in the cheese melt in the warmth of your mouth. You get a second flavour. And then when you've swallowed it, someone looks like they're going to be sick back there.
No, it's
and then
the
when you've
opposite.
swallowed it, you'll often get 2 or even 3 other flavours develop on your palate.
Okay,
So I often have it on its own.
All right, I like honey on cheese.
Delicious.
Drizzled
So
on
good.
cheese. And what's the other thing I like on cheese? The berries. What's the sloes?
Oh yeah.
What's the,
Like a jam.
A jam. What's the
dams
jam?
and jam. Quince.
Quince.
Yeah.
It's the best.
Yeah.
Man.
Do you know what I had a pairing? I had green olive oil, like from the first pressing. So Spaniards pair cheese with olive oil, and the freshness of that. I could nerd out for this
Apparently, you have 2 cheese jokes that
forever.
we wouldn't.
I reckon I got 2 you won't have heard before.
Okay, so he's folded his arms, so he's not quite sure.
Yeah, no, I'm protecting myself in case this doesn't
All
work.
right. So Marcus Brigstocke has 2 cheese jokes he doesn't think I've heard, so therefore probably you've heard as well. Forgive me for being presumptuous if I am. I have a sushi joke that I know that he hasn't heard. So stay tuned for these, guys. And we'll play some more rock and roll. But don't go anywhere, because coming up, those 3 things. Marcus Brigstocke, Vitruvian Mango. The tour continues. It's backed by popular demand, we hope.
It is.
Yeah,
It is.
offthecurb.com /on-tour. Tickets available now. Just Google or go to Marcus Insta, Marcus Brigstocke with an E, of course.
Yeah.
And on the other side of InXS, we'll have these 2 cheese jokes and my sushi gag, and that'll be the weekend.
Woo!
Right, Marcus Brigstocke is on tour. Vitruvian Mango is back, and he remembers most of it. And if you go in like 5 or 6 dates in, he'll be back up to speed.
Yeah, full speed.
No problem.
Holmfirth is the first one in, and that is going to be a bumpy, joyful ride.
All right, so tentative, vulnerable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They'll see the best of me.
No, we're not saying threadbare.
No, not at all. Not at all.
Okay, do you want to go first?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, go
okay.
on.
What do you do with a baby Italian cheese who's climbed out of her crib?
I've no idea.
Ricotta!
Hey!
Ricotta!
How did you know we wouldn't have heard that? Because you're right.
Huh? Ricotta!
Ricotta, no, we
Pretty
get it.
nice. Pretty nice.
Ricotta.
Pretty nice.
All right, go on then.
Why was the cheesemaker's wife so shiny?
I don't know, why was the cheesemaker's wife so shiny?
He doubled Gloucester.
He double Gloucester.
He doubled Gloucester.
Brilliant.
Less good. Okay.
No,
Ricotta's
not less
better.
good. Not less
All
good.
right.
No, as good, but the second joke.
Sure.
Therefore, it's the sloppy seconds, isn't
Yeah,
it?
yeah.
Because for a joke to get the same laugh being second, it has to be twice as funny. Diminishing returns.
Unless you're Tim Vine, right?
Yeah.
So Tim Vine, who came out and did the Altitude Festival that I do in the Alps last year. I haven't seen Tim for years. He does like 200-300 jokes in his set, and by the time you're laughing at the third one, you're ruined. You cannot recover. You're ruined.
What's your favourite Tim Vine joke?
Oh, I said to the arrow seller, "Where'd you keep your arrows?" He said, "In a quiver." I said, "Where'd you keep your arrows?" was so good.
Yeah, and you know his sort of his formula, but you can't get there quick enough, and that's the thing, isn't it?
I went to the quarry. I said, I want a big rock. He said, boulder. I said, I want a big rock.
There you go again.
Hundreds and hundreds of them.
Love it.
The man is a pure genius.
Who's your favourite funny person?
Of all time?
Yeah.
As a stand-up?
Whatever you like.
Oh, man. You'd be struggling to say anyone was ever funnier than Richard Pryor. I think.
I thought you were going to say Robin Williams. But...
Well, Robin Williams was the one. Like Robin Williams live at the Met.
Yeah.
I had that on VHS and I watched it till it ran out. And I could do it as well. I mean, I could just repeat the entirety of that thing. And that was how my mates started to go, you should do that, you know. Because I just from doing other people's stuff.
Because you loved it.
But I loved it so much.
Did you ever see him live?
No, never. But there was a crazy night. There's a brilliant club down in Kingston where big name acts go and, you know, run stuff in and no one knows it's going to be on. You pay £5 to get in. Yeah. And they paid a £5 to get in, and the compere went on. And we've got a guy running some material in for you now.
No.
Please welcome Dara O'Brien. So Dara O'Brien comes on. They're like, wow, I paid £5. There's Dara. And they get 25 minutes of Dara being brilliant. Dara goes off, and then he goes, we've got another act for you now. Please welcome Omid Jalili. Right, so Omid comes on, does half an hour, golden stuff. Usually that's the end of the night. They've added £5 worth, right? And the compere comes on and he said, look, we've got an act. He's passing through unannounced, but is everyone up for it? And they're like, yeah, sure, great. Man, it's not going to top these last two. Please welcome Robin Williams.
Oh, my.
Because he was over getting ready to go on Graham's show, and he did like an hour. For £5. Every comic was like, I don't know, do we drive now? Do we go to Kingston now? See if we can see the last 5 minutes?
So who was there that you know then?
No one. It was just...
Can you imagine?
It was just the guys who run the club and about 45 people in the audience.
All right. Great
yeah,
stories.
Yeah.
All right, gotta go. You want the sushi gag?
I want the sushi joke.
Okay, what did the sushi say to the bee?
I don't know. What did the sushi say to the bee?
Wasabi.
Yay!
That's all I got. We're out of here. Not before time. What is it? It's better to leave the party 10 years too early than a minute too late. Let's do that, shall we? All right. Thank you, Marcus Brigstocke. Yeah.
Thanks, Chris.
Thanks to our lovely guests. Thanks to Tom Down. Thanks to the team. Have a great weekend. Goodbye, everyone. Goodbye.